Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video, doing European outlook for today's second video. So as always on a Thursday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for next week to 10 days across Europe. And I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that first, the video today was our 6 UK weather forecast. We've got a 10 to 14 day with all of the regular features coming up for you later on today as well. Please like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. And thank you so much everybody for doing that. The GavsWeatherVids, thank you so much everybody. Right, going to start off with the situation across Europe today. So low pressure in control across the north and west of Europe. Very cyclonic looking weather pattern here. 970 millibar area of low pressure sitting across the UK and Ireland. And all parts of West Europe looking unsettled as well. Higher pressure is over on the far eastern side of Europe. Upper air temperatures are mild across southern, central and eastern areas, but cooler out to the far north and northwest. Obviously, with low pressure, there's lots of rain as well. So heavy showers and long spells of rain through Ireland, the UK, down in France, Spain and Portugal. Very wet through northern parts of Spain and Portugal, actually. Into the Mediterranean, drier through there. Pick up more showers as we go further northwards towards Hungary, Austria and whatnot. And then get through towards the eastern side of Europe. That's where we've got some drier weather. North of that into southern parts of Denmark, Norway and Sweden. May have some heavy rain at times. And to the northeast it is mainly dry but quite cold. I'm so sorry everybody. Upper air temperatures looking cold across the far north of Europe, far north of Norway and Scandinavia and Finland. Relatively mild through the Baltic Sea states, so Latvia, Estonia and Lithuania. Most parts of Eastern Europe looking pretty mild, if not quite warm. It is cooler with the areas of low pressure out into the northwest, even if it's not especially cold. That takes us through to tomorrow. Low pressure again remain in control of weather to the north and west of Europe. Very unsettled district there. High pressure, a ridge over in more southern and eastern parts of Europe. Upper air temperatures with a southerly wind start to push up through parts of eastern France into Germany and Poland, bring a push of warmth out of the Mediterranean. Most parts of eastern, southeast Europe looking quite warm as well. Always cooler or colder though out to the north and the west. Further heavy rain through France, Spain, Portugal here, looking quite wet. That wet weather pushing into western Germany and also into the Low Country. More showers to the UK and Ireland. Showering conditions up to Scandinavia, mix of rain, sleet and snow up through there. But many areas to the south and east of that actually mostly dry and about building a ridge of high pressure. And looking quite warm with the temperature really anywhere from about eastern France and eastern Germany eastwards. The temperatures are looking pretty warm, particularly so from the Adriatic to the Black Sea, so like the Balkans, Romania, looking really quite warm there. Temperatures into the 20s Celsius. But always cooler to the west of Europe, Ireland, the UK, France, Spain, Portugal. Cooler through there and cold air still sitting across the extreme north. Then we go through into Saturday. High pressure over on the east side of Europe, low pressure out in the Atlantic, generally drawing up a southerly wind through central and east parts of Europe, but low pressure to the west, keeping things quite unsettled through there. The upper air temperatures are still looking upper air temperatures still looking generally warm across most central and eastern parts of Europe. Again, cooler, not cold, but cooler to the north and to the west. Over that area of high pressure, loads of dry weather from Germany eastward. We have got some heavy rain and snow over the Alpine regions, of course, of France and also Italy and also Switzerland. And then out to west, more heavy rain into southern parts of Spain and Portugal. Showers back up through France into towards Ireland, possibly threatening the UK. Something a little bit wintry from northern parts of Scandinavia, but otherwise most eastern and northeast regions being dry. Temperature looking quite warm tomorrow as well, I should say as well, anywhere from Germany eastwards, quite warm, with a temperature into the 20s Celsius, so pretty warm Easter, sunny, pretty warm Easter day to come. Again, it is cooler to the far west and north of Europe. Into, that was Saturday, wasn't it? Right, so into Sunday. Okay, that was Saturday. Right, into Sunday. I get mixed up with my days. Low pressure again is to the south and to the southwest, developing actually around Biscay and into France. Begin to push those warmer southerly winds a little bit further eastwards. The upper air temperatures show that the warmest upper air temperatures drifting further eastwards, cooler out to the north and west, but again, not particularly cold. As that air low pressure developing around France, we've got more in the way of showers and longer spells of rain through France, and big downpours possible through there, possibly threatening the Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, some coming towards Ireland, possibly southern parts of England as well. by the end of Sunday, and Spain and Portugal getting further showers. So it really is in the western part of Europe, it looks more unsettled on Easter Sunday, and rain or snow through central parts of Norway and Sweden. But otherwise, again, lots of dry weather anywhere from like central Med eastwards, mainly dry under that area of high pressure. Warm, if not very warm, over on the eastern side of Europe. I reckon that could be lifting the temperature maybe mid-20s Celsius there across the eastern parts of Europe. Always cooler in the northwest, not cold, and the coldest temperatures again across the northern parts of Scandinavia. Into Monday, so low pressure rain starts pushing further northwards up west side Europe and starts to encroach into Europe as well. At the same time, colder air from the northeast begin to dig down into northern parts of Europe there. The upper air temperature showed that the hottest, warmest upper air temperatures are being squeezed over onto the eastern side of Europe, and it's turning cooler out to the west. Cold air begins to dig back in, you'll notice, across central and northern parts of Scandinavia and Nordic regions. Further heavy showers along spells of rain through France into Germany, the Low Countries, possibly Denmark, UK and Ireland. Looks like things are turning a bit dry down to Spain and Portugal. Mainly dry across Scandinavia, but there will be showers, and those will turn increasingly to snow in central and northern regions, and then again mostly dry over on the eastern side of Europe. That's where warmest temperatures are again, from the Ajax to Black Sea up towards Ukraine. Temperatures could well be into the mid-20s Celsius, but turning cooler in the western part of Europe and turning colder across northern parts of Europe. Into Tuesday, again, we've got low pressure breaking through, so an increasingly unsettled look as we go into next week. It's early April, of course. Low pressure breaking through into the northern parts of Germany and Poland. More low pressure waiting winds in the Atlantic, and cold air digging in to northern Europe on those northeast winds. Look at how the upper air temperatures are turning colder, particularly through Sweden and also into Norway as well. Also into some parts of Finland. Not yet getting to Baltic Sea states, still relatively mild through there. Cold air jumping to dig in towards Scotland as well by Tuesday. Generally mild with the upper air temperatures elsewhere, but those warm upper air temperatures really being squeezed into extreme southeast Europe, Greece and Turkey, and then down towards the Middle East. It looks much more unsettled as well by Tuesday. So we've got outbreaks of rain spreading eastwards across many central northern parts of Europe. More wet weather gathering through Western Europe, France, Spain, Portugal, into Ireland and the UK. And as this rain pushes into cold air into Sweden, it could well turn increasingly to snow. Looking much colder across the far north of Europe. The warm temperature being squeezed towards the east side of Europe and turning cooler into the west of Europe as well. Wednesday, we'll see cold air digging southwards across the northern part of Europe. This area of low pressure holding that up from getting into the western portion of Europe though. So relatively mild with the upper air temperatures through much of southern, central, west Europe, but bitterly cold air sitting across Scandinavia and Nordic regions, really poised to want to push southwards. We have got some cold air into the northern half of the UK, just threatening to get into Ireland. Lots of heavy rain from the UK, France, Spain, Portugal. The deluge goes on. Snow up across Scandinavia as well. And then southern Europe, Mediterranean, much of eastern Europe looks mostly dry on Wednesday, but with some showers scattered about. Big contrast in temperatures for the UK. Looking about very mild for England and Wales, but we don't go further northwards to Scotland and Northern Ireland. Looking a lot colder there, but the real cold temperatures are still sitting there across Scandinavia and Nordic regions. Otherwise, relatively mild with both temperatures on Wednesday. And then into Thursday, well, again, we've got an unsettled look here. Low pressure from the Atlantic into the west of Europe. Cold air, again, trying to force its way southwards from the north, but relatively mild across southern and also eastern regions. Upper air temperatures generally mild in most areas, but cold air into Ireland and the UK, so the northern half, and then much colder when we get up into the Scandinavian and Nordic peninsula. Very cold air through Finland, very cold air through Sweden, very cold air through Norway. So that cold air is just starting to drift southwards, trickle southwards in towards the Baltic Sea states as well. Lots of heavy rain still across the northern and western parts of Europe, and snow, of course, when it hits that cold air across the far north, otherwise dry in southern and eastern regions. Temperature looking relatively mild or warm in the south and the eastern Europe, but colder out to the north and the west. Now, I'll just run you on to day 10, so this is Friday next week. Well, then we start to lose that cold air patch across the far north as this area of low pressure comes in from the Atlantic. So staying very unsettled through the first weekend of April, with low pressure bringing further bouts of rain in from off the Atlantic. But we do see the coldest of the air across the north of Europe beginning to go into retreat as those southwesterly winds start to see the cold air retreating back north. So a near miss here across many central and western parts of Europe with this cold air. It doesn't look like it's going to get much further southwards than southern parts of Scandinavia, southern Sweden, southern Norway. But, you know, keep an eye on it anyway. There's a possibility that cold air might come a bit further southwards, but at the moment it looks like these areas of low pressure will just keep the deluge going into the west of Europe. If you enjoyed this European outlook, then please do like, share, subscribe, and we'll do it all over again next Thursday. We're going to be back a little bit later on, 10 to 14 day, so come back for that later for the European outlook for this week. That's all for now, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.